Hello and welcome back. Now let's learn about the command line. So the skill of command line is absolutely necessary if you want to be involved in anything that's got to do with computers. So if you want to be a software developer, if you want to be a data scientist, if you are into networking, hacking, I think it's really necessary to have a great command line skills. It gets you things done so much faster. It makes things so much easy, and there are certain tools which requires command line to even function. For instance, Git. For the most part, we use command line in the Git. Now, there are some GUI tools being developed, but still command line is a preferred option for that, and for many other things. So let's start learning the command line. Now I'm using macOS. This is the Unix based system. However, if you are on Linux, the commands I write here are going to be the same. The main difference is the file system, the way the things are being organized. Apart from that, many things that we write on the Mac as well as the Linux as far as the command is concerned is going to be pretty much similar. Okay, so if you are on the Linux, you can also follow through. Okay, now let's open our terminal. So I'm going to go to my search, write terminal. Okay, I'm going to press enter and it opens me a terminal. Now this is where I'm going to write the commands. Okay, as you can see in this top left corner, I've got this tilde sign here. Now it might be different on yours. Okay, you might have tilde plus some other things. For example, it might be writing users slash username, whereas for some of you it might write the dollar sign and so on. But don't worry about that. This is the customizing I've done on my terminal. Okay, and we'll learn about customizing the terminal in the later part of the videos. Okay, so now let's jump right into writing our commands. Okay, now the very first thing is we should know where we're at. Okay, where are we at? Well, to know that, I can write the command called pwd, which stands for print working directory. Okay, where we are currently residing. So I'm going to press enter and there we go. It shows me where I'm at. I'm inside this users, this specific username. The same thing I used to log into my computer. So whenever I first open the terminal, this is my working directory. Okay, the users directory. And let's see what kind of files I've got, files and folders I've got inside of this specific directory. Well, I can write the command ls. Okay, then press enter and it's going to show me all the folders I have inside of this directory. So until now we've learned two commands, pwd to print where I'm at, ls to list the files as well as folders we've got where I'm at. Okay, it turns out it only has folders, not the files. That's fine. Now moving on, let's move on to another directory. So these are all the directories I've got inside of this user. Let's move on to desktop. Okay, for that I can write cd and desktop. So cd stands for change directory. Now I'm changing it to desktop. So I'm going to press enter. Okay, for pwd again it shows me where I'm at. So I've gotten to desktop. Okay, from my username I've gotten inside of desktop. I write the ls command to list the files. It turns out doesn't show anything, and rightfully so, it's empty. Okay, my desktop is empty. Well, if it's empty, let's create some files then. So to create the files in the desktop, okay, now there are a couple of ways to do it. You could do it in the GUI manner. For example, to create a folder, you might go new folder and create a new folder, or to create a file, you might want to go to a text editor and then create the file from there. But let's do it the command line way. Okay, to create the file, we write a touch command. Okay, a command is touch, and then the file name, let's say hello.txt. Okay, I'm gonna press enter, and it magically appeared here, right? It shows me hello.txt file has been created. Okay, and just to make sure that it is created on the command line as well, to show it off, I can write the ls. There we go. So thoughts is used to create a file. How about creating a folder? Well, there is another command for folder called mkdir, which stands for make directory. Now, folders and directories are the same thing in the computers. So whenever I say directory, I'm also meaning folder. So I might use this interchangeably sometimes. So just remember, folder and directory are the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna now create a folder. Let's call the folder of hello. Let's say hello folder. What the heck? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna press enter, and there we go. Hello folder has been created. So we learned to create the folder as well using this mkdir command. Okay, now I can get inside of this folder using the cd command and then the name of folder. Now there's a hack I can do to autocomplete things. Okay, if I press tab, it's going to try to autocomplete. So there we go. It auto-completed to this specific folder where I want to go, right? And I'm going to press enter. Now we are inside this hello folder, and obviously it's empty right now. Okay, so we want to move ahead. We want to list the things. We also want to know where we are at. How about going back? See, I'm inside of this desktop's hello folder, right? This is where I'm at. So this is what this pwd showed me. How about going back to desktop? Okay, I'm inside of this hello folder, which is empty. I want to go one step back to desktop. Well, for that, I got to change the directory. So write the cd. Now, this is the child of the desktop. So I got to go one step to the parent. To go back to the parent, I write the dot dot. Okay, this is the command that I write to go one step back to the parent. And then, press enter. Now I'm in the desktop. So to make sure that I'm in the desktop, I'm going to write pwd and then press enter. There we go. I'm inside desktop. Okay, dot dot takes us one step back. Okay, if I write again dot dot in the desktop, well, it takes me all the way back to the parent directory, which is the users directory. Okay, now what if I want to go 2 steps forward and 2 steps backward? Well, I can do that as well. For that, I can write cd. Okay, let's say I want to go to desktop all the way to the hello folder. So desktop / and the hello folder. Now press enter. I am directly residing now inside this hello folder, right? Just to make sure I'm there. There we go. The print working directory shows me where I'm at. Now to go 2 steps back, again similar approach. Dot dot / dot dot. Okay, this takes me 2 steps backward. Okay, we want to move ahead, we want to go back. How about going to somewhere that is not on the hierarchy? For example, if I go, by the way, so whenever let's say you want to write the same commands that you've already written, okay, you can use these arrow keys, okay, to cycle through them. For example, the up arrow will show us the latest command that we've written. In our case, is this guy right here, right? So when I press the up arrow, what it's going to show me the latest command that I have written. Another up arrow will show me another one. Okay, the second last command was pwd, and then so on. So this is going to cycle through, and you could press up or down arrow to cycle through those commands. Let's say I want to go all the way to desktop to this hello folder. Now from here, I would want to go to the documents. Well, as you can see, I'm inside of this desktop, inside the hello folder of this desktop. This documents folder is inside of this username. Okay, now how can I go directly from one branch to another one which has no relation to it whatsoever? For example, desktop and documents are 2 different branches, right? Well, to go there, first of all, I have to go to the root, right? To this username. Now, to get to the username, I write the tilde. Okay, tilde, as I said, is where we start things at, right? Now, since we have gone back, all the way back, to the username. Now I can go forward, okay, with the / and then to the documents. There we go. So for write pwd, I'm inside the documents folder. Now again, to go back to this hello folder, what I can do is can write cd, okay, go all the way back and then to desktop and then the hello folder and then press enter. There we go. So we've learned to go forward, we've learned to go back, we've also learned to go to places where the connection doesn't exist, the relativity doesn't exist. These are something we call as absolute paths, right? So yeah, we've learned to do many things to go through the file system. We've also learned to create the file as well as the folder. To create the file, we use this thoughts command. For creating the folder, we use this mkdir, which stands for make directory, pwd stands for print working directory, cd stands for change directory, and so on. So we've learned all of these commands, which are some of the very basic commands that we can use to go to the file system.